when I learn that I am the same as the trees, as the grass, as the other animals in this biosphere held by Earth. I'm not separate and apart from them. I'm the same. I am uplifted because I am the same, not because I'm different. The atoms of your body are traceable to stars that manufactured them in the core, in the crucibles of the thermonuclear fusion inside the cores of stars. And these stars exploded, scattered these elements across the galaxy into the next generation gas clouds that then collapsed, formed star systems with ingredients that can now make planets, with planets that now have ingredients that can now make life. We are alive in this universe. And because our atoms are traceable to the universe itself, the universe is alive within us. You are special, not because you're different from the universe. You are special because you are the same as the universe. To me, that borders on spiritual. We are not figuratively, but literally stardust.
You know, I've been working quite on a lot of things, and I don't really know where to begin. Like, there's so much information that I have to share with you guys. I have so much information to share. There's so many information, you know. This documentary is going to be based on what we are. What are we as African people? What are we? What exactly are we? You know, this is the beginning of all knowledge. This question, what are we? This is the question that Ndembo asked themselves in the very beginning. They asked themselves, what are we? What am I? We're not born into sins like the Abrahamic religion taught the world. We are born into lies. Lies created by capitalist criminals. Born into a religion. Christianity, Islam, Judaism, country, nationality, flags, social security numbers. All these things truly doesn't tell us what we truly are. Not even our names truly says what we are. What is the source of all knowledge? The answer is nature. All the manifestations of alchemy comes from the observations of nature by those in tune with the universe of light. Ndị Ichie Igbo bụ ndị ụzọ igwe. Our ancestors were alchemically astronomers and astrologers. They were sky explorers as they were earth explorers through their advancements of Chi. Their magnum opus were well recorded in the Igbo lexicons. They found out that human beings do the same things the cosmic celestial bodies of the universe do. This was how they were able to find out what we truly are and answer the ultimate question, the first question. We are galactic beings, Omokomosu. We are stardust of the universe, Ogodokomosu. All the celestial, all the cells in our body are made up of atoms. We are a mixture of various stars in the galaxy. Our blood systems are made up of Etobalakomosu. Our body texture and skin tissues are made up of Imo-Ogodokomosu. Ogodokomosu is the galactical cosmic body of the universe that became what we know today as Ajana, which is the body of the Earth Mother. Komosu can be simply identified as the primordial state of the Earth. That's what Komosu is. She is the primordial state of the Earth. Nono Komosu Akete-CHI-RHO, the universal mother, the wife of Chukwu. She governs the constellation of Taurus as Nne-Agwo. The Kush-Kemet mother goddess Nut is an embodiment of the Igbo goddess Nato. Nut is Nato, and in Nato is Komosu, which is where the Westerners got their term for the cosmos. Komosu equals the cosmos. Nato literally means the mother of the sacred bull cow, like she's the mother cow. Nato is the cow mother, which is the zoomorphic form of Nut, and she represents the Milky Way galaxy, just like Nut. So basically, Nato is Nut, and Nut is a Nato. Nut is an embodiment of a Nato. Nut carries a pot on her head. The pot on top of Nut's head is like what the ancient Igbo would call ite nato, which is the pot that determines the structural plan of the cosmos. You know, because nato is like the thought streams, that is ONYE, E.nu, the night sky. The word nut gives birth to the French word for night, which also gives birth to the English word night, which because the night sky is nato, the mother that gives birth to all things. The night sky is a representation of the primordial mother that gave birth to all things. Komosu bo ono ofu koro mayasu, ono mbo koro owa jirisenite. Nemorowa, Newa, and the evidence of our creation exists in the biological structure of every species. The Vesica Pisces is a symbol of the primordial mother of the universe, Nato, Nechukwu Komosu. Komosu is Koromayasu, the sound waves coming from the vocal cords, which is shaped like the sacred vagina or the sacred phallus hole. We create with both our vocal cords and the holes in our sex organs. Both of them are shaped like the Vesica Pisces. Our eyes and mouths are also shaped like the Vesica Pisces. The sacred geometry of this Vesica Pisces derives from Uri, the ancient writing system of Igbo women, and Uri comes from Abara, nature. When a man and a woman need to create, make love, mekomoke na nwanyị, we connect the two sacred holes, which are the sex organs, and the mouth as well. The moaning comes from the vocal cords, which is also shaped like the hole in the sacred vagina and the sacred phallus. In Isibi, this symbol represents union, unity, and togetherness. Greco-Romans is the divine sound frequency that caused all manifestations in Owa. Everything in our body can be found in the universe because we are one with the universe. We stay in the cosmic womb for 9 moon cycles, and inside the moon, which is the womb, we are shaped like number 9. The idea of the shape of number 9 comes from the shape of a baby in a womb, and the idea of letter B comes from the shape of a pregnant woman. Our hair coils like the spiral cyclone of the universe. Our hair is shaped like the Milky Way galaxy. Our eyes are shaped like the ring nebula, one of the many manifestations of Chukwu, as Ele-YA-NA-NWAYA is the ring nebula. Our fingerprints are shaped like vibrations, ether, or the Milky Way galaxy, designed by Ududo Okwanka. We are made up of EKE-UKWU, 4 elements. The 4 elements in alchemy holds more sophisticated meanings in Igbo cosmology. Nature is the foundation of all knowledge. The Igbo term for foundation is Ntọala. The foundation is you, onwe gị. Odelemata onweya. Ntọala is the construct. If you go out in nature, what you will be looking at is a construct. And the Igbo African spirituality is about Omomachi na Ogogo. The knowing of Chi is the knowing of who we are. Ogogo is the act of working towards the path of the soul. Mo and Chi are our soul and spirit. Similar to the Ka and the Ba, the foundation is always in a square. When you draw a square and then draw a horizontal vertical line inside the square, you will make 4 different squares inside of it. Likewise, if you draw a quadrangle, you will create an X inside the quadrangle shape. Inside the quadrangle or the square, you can make an equilateral cross or an X. This is the sacred geometry of Ntọala, which is the foundation towards the journey of knowing who we truly are, true nature knowledge. Ntọala is the foundation for building the house of life, that is us. Obatala Obaibo, who is known as the father or leader of the Orishas, gave the Yoruba as a foundation for building the house of life. And Ifa also unveiled that he is Igbo, thus unveiling his name as Obantọala, conceals as Obatala, that is the priest of the foundation of life. Understanding the essential meaning of EKE-UKWU is the beginning of building the foundation of life, that is us. Inside of us, Eke is the warmness of our body. Ahụ ekpomọkụ. Orie is our sweat. Ahụ ọsụsọ. Afọ is our flesh. Anụ ahụ. Nkwo is our breath. Ume. And if you look around you, the sun in the sky is Eke. The water that you see is Orie. The soil that you see is Afọ. The breeze that we feel is Nkwo. Remember now that when you were in the house of Sirs, church, mosque, and synagogue, you didn't know any of these things, because when you were in the house of Sirs, you were being classically conditioned to worship Oyibo. EKE-UKWU is the foundation of life, that is us. We are made in these 4 elements that came from E.nu, the parents. E.nu Agbara apụta. So Agbara is EKE-UKWU, the energy forces, the natural energy forces that we live here with. You cannot live here without them. Knowing them is knowing your Chi, your spirit, because we are made up of these 4 elements. When we greet them, we are greeting our Chi, because each of them are the Chi that made up who we are in this realm of existence. Chi is the core of the cosmos. There's Chi in the light, there's Chi in the waters, there's Chi in the soil, and there's Chi in the air. In other words, the Igbo word for nature is Chi, which is energy and spirit. One of the ways we channel our soul, or we go more, is by recognizing these natural forces that made up who we are. When we wake up, we greet E.nu, the father, and Ana, the mother, Eke, the light, Orie, the water, Afọ, the earth's soil, the earthly soil, and Nkwo, the air. The ancient Egyptians were from West Africa and Southern Africa. Kush was located in Sudan and spread out throughout Northwest Africa. The word Kush derives from Okushi and Akwanshi, which were the terms related to the West African dwarf god-men and god-women that were the custodians of the primordial African cultures. They were the architects of our spiritual systems. The word Sudan is European archaeological mispronunciation of Nsude, which was a place that 10 5-step pyramids were found in West Africa. Imhotep, the son of Ptah, was known for building 5-step pyramids. The oldest 5-step pyramids in Kemet was built by him. Actually, the first ever pyramid in Kemet was a 5-step pyramid by Imhotep. Saqqara derives from Akwara, which was the ancient Igbo name for the river Niger. The Nsude pyramids, like the Imhotep pyramids, are stages of human consciousness, or the manifestations of the 5th dimension, which is Bechi, the spiritual realm, where a soul rests. Ebi hena ade metute, yene metute na mo, yene metute na mado, maniha ade metute na chi. The first stage is the very bottom, known as Afo in Igbo. This stage is the material body of all living things. The 3rd dimension, this is the world of action, the world of matter, material. The 2nd stage is the world of formation, which is air, known as Nkwo in Igbo. The 3rd stage is the world of creation, water, which is Ore in Igbo. Ore is the primordial ocean wave of creation. The 4th stage is the world of fire, which is Eke, the primordial fire of creation. The 1st cosmic light, that is Eke. The 5th stage is the seed, the Ado, the core of the cosmos, which is the home of Chi, the very pointy end of the spiral or the ring nebula, which is the home of our divine self, Akochi. The pineal intelligence gland. What the Igbo refer to as Chi is what the Kemetians refers to as Ka, Ako, Aka, the primordial state, which is also what the Yorubas refers to as Ori. In Ogachi, the age of Chi, Igbo people spreaded their divine mystic knowledge of Chi all over the so-called 7 continents. The Chinese still practice the physical form of the Igbo Chi up till today.
To Chinese or to any civilizations, they always confuse what is the energy in this universe. This Chi word is not developed until almost 4,000 years ago when acupuncture became available. General definition is really the universal energy. Any type of energy is considered Qi. For example, Chinese say Tian Qi. Tian Qi, that means sky energy. It means weather. So from here you can see the general definition is pretty vague, but very simple. Just any kind of energy in the universe, what we call Qi. Chinese start realize 4,000 years ago, you have Qi and you have a physical body. If both doesn't get balanced, then you get sickened. And you are not strong, it cannot last long. So because of the reason, Chinese try to think about what is Qi in the human body. Well, since then, the word's created. So this word that means no fire. Because at that time, Chinese doctors, they are looking for the way, for the balance. If energy is too strong, energy is too weak, it can trigger the body's too much fire. Because the reason they always want right levels is not excess, not deficient. Then the new words start appear. So this word is the one you commonly see in any literature. So divided into 2 parts, this word means air, and then this is rice. When you define the Qi in human body, it's very scientific. This Qi actually produced in the bodies come from the oxygen and the glucose. Glucose plus 6 oxygen becomes 6 water and the 6 carbon dioxide, and release 686 kilocalories of energy. The glucose is rice, oxygen is air. There's a book called The Body Electric by Dr. Baker. And inside, make more Western scientists start believe what Chinese call about Qi circulating in the body. Actually, it's bioenergy or bioelectricity. I can use that to interpret a lot of phenomena, a lot of things about Qigong. Universal energy, that's a general term definition. When we talk about applied to human body, it's actually, I would say, closer to bioenergy or bioelectricity.
The Chinese concept of Qi is physical, while the Igbo concept of Qi is both physical and spiritual. Igbo people also have Qi philosophies, which unveils that it was Ndi Igbo that thought the world about Qi. Letter T, which is pronounced as T, is the 20th letter in the English Latin alphabet. Based on my own scientific linguistic experiments on sound flux systems, the Igbo word chi sounds similar to the pronunciation of the letter T. Chi, T, CHI equals 20 in gematria, just like letter T is the 20th letter. C3 plus H8 plus I9 equals 20. T or chi is also pronounced as ki. K is the 11th letter and I is the 9th letter. 11 plus 9 equals 20. A rising mushroom, elo, is shaped just like letter T. The CB symbol for the Igbo word chi contains two major symbols, sun rays and a snake, eke. Letter T, a cross, and a plus symbol was designed by merging vertical and horizontal lines together. The horizontal line represents negative, and the vertical line represents polarity. Polarity, positive. The word chi derives from the Igbo word ichi, ishi, sun rays, head, source. In Igbo cosmology, ichi is the symbol of the sun ray, a word derived from another name of the sun, daylight. Chi, which is also the name of the God in men and women. From the Igbo word ichi originated the Greek word Christ, as well as Ichitis, the fish symbol associated with Jesus Christ as a God-man by inherent borrowing, stealing, and plagiarism of the Abrahamic faith. X is the symbol of the Igbo mother goddess, Ana, Allah, and also the symbol of Ndi-Chie, Igbo ancestors. Igbo titled men and women carries the marks of the Ichi, sun rays, in very prehistoric time. A titled man in Igbo land is known as Ichie. That's also where the Europeans got the word chief from the Igbo words ichi, which is chi. The Greco-Romans got the idea of Chiro from ancient Ndi-Ichie, Igbo ancestors, Ndi-Ichie, Ndi-Ishi, Ndushi. This is why Afro-American scholars have always strongly believed that Jesus, Yeshua, Yeshe, was black. But the original truth is that in the original ancient Igbo prehistoric cosmology that influenced the historic Greek-Roman Chiro being one single man, we have many Chiros. Some of them are women. The word Chiro, which originated the word Christ, simply means the rising sun. The sun has risen in Igbo, as in Chie-fo, Chie-ho, Chie-ro, Chie-fo, Chie-ro, Oroma. The color of the morning sun, the orange color of the morning sun, Oro, Oma. These are various Igbo dialectical way of saying the sun rose. The Igbo term for good night is KA-CHI-RHO. It means let the daylight come forth. In some Igbo dialects, the Igbo term for good morning is IBOLA-chi, ISALA-chi. It means have you been enlightened or have you risen? Have you purified your chi? Like as in have you purified yourself, that is chi? There are 4 Igbo world ages, and the age of Chi, Ogachi in Alpha, is known as the age of duality, which is the yin-yang, identified by the Chinese. In Igbo cosmology, Chi represents the light, spirit within the human body, daylight and energy. Ndushi manifested that a human being is one with Chi. Some Igbo proverbs with Chi include ONYE kamado kachia. He who is greater than you is greater than your chi. Onye kwe chi kwe. Whatever you agree on, your chi also agrees with you. Owabo, ONYE na Chi-ya. This realm is all about you and your chi. Igbo ji ilu ekwu. Igbo people speak in riddles. Igbo is spoken through riddles. Because Igbo is a math language, you have to solve the riddles from what was said to you. For the fact that Igbo people have various riddles and proverbs about the word chi, and also the fact that the Igbo tribal mark or symbol of enlightenment is called ICHI, unveils that Igbo ancestors were the ones who taught the Greco-Romans and the Chinese about the mysteries of chi. It also unveils that the Igbo ancestors were the creator of letter T, the equilateral cross or the plus sign, which sounds like chi, T, with of course chi, ki, ki, ke, create. Vertical line and horizontal line makes negative polarity, which is this foundation for all creativity and natural creativity under the governance of the sun, Chi, including the foundation for time systems and mapping systems, Ele-buchi. East, west, north, south equals EKE-UKWU, names of 4 ancient Igbo goddesses. The Chinese I-CHI-ng divination system of trigrams has mathematical links with Igbo Alpha divination systems. The Chinese divination system is called I-CHI-ng. Literally sounds like the Igbo term for ICHI, the Igbo scarification system of enlightenment. In Chinese, Chi is also written as Ki. For the records, the idea of pronouncing words through English spellings doesn't mean that the spells originated how the word is pronounced. English originated nothing. Western science is a plagiarism of African spirituality and alchemy. Spirituality is the mother of science. Science is not separate from spirituality. Spirituality is the study of nature. That's why the names of the stars and planets are names of gods and goddesses. Only Western science separates itself because everything they know was stolen. It was a stolen legacy. When people take what doesn't belong to them, they discredit the original owners. Western science hides its spiritual origins, yet seeks spirituality to understand dark energy or the black hole, Komosu. Dark energy is black hole, Ogugu. We are the outcome of Odachi Komosu. We are stardusts. That is Ogodo Komosu. Ogodo Komosu became what we know today as Ajana. We are a product of cosmic vibrations. Ete-komosu. Our frequency is Egede-komosu. Komosu is the Milky Way galaxy, NATO. And we are all connected through the cosmic weaving of a net. These are all different manifestations of Komosu Nachukwu. The Igbo-Ukwu Taurus is a representation of Net, literal meaning the mother of the unified field, the mother of the cosmic grid, the mother of the horizon, the mother of the cosmic net, the mother of vibrations, the mother of cosmic thoughts, the interconnecting mother net, the mother of the Milky Way galaxy. These are the meanings of a net and a nato in Igbo language. Net and nato is the mother that determines the structural plan of the cosmos. The so-called unified field theory by Albert Einstein was stolen from Igbo-Ukwu. Let's just call it what it is. Thousands of years before anything known as Western science existed, Nne-Agwo, our ancestors, manifested how we are all connected through the Igbo-Ukwu Taurus. The universe was weaved by Kwanka. The ICHI-RHO are suffering today because they forgot all the ancient practices our ancestors created all over the world and the ones they left us in Africa. Nchezobu nsogbu ndị ICHI-RHO. Yoga, chakra, Kundalini, chi, tai chi, ikpa-chi, obi-chi, iku-mendo, ntụgharị uche, and many other forms of meditation. The acts of achievement requires the act of focus. To destroy a people, you must first destroy their focus. Focus is the greatest pedagogy for success. When we were the masters of focus, we were known as Ana, Nka, ENU, EKE, Orie, Afra, NNE-GWA, Oma, ONYE, ONYE, OKWU, Chukwu, Nne-Chukwu, Ato, Elo. We traveled around the universe, indoctrinating the world into the mysteries of the mind and soul, which is the greatest pedagogy for becoming a superhuman, IBOLA, and achieving greatness. We were so well advanced in the ways of Chi that the Chinese are a testimony to that advancement. Nne-Agwo believe that we can transcend suffering by not putting materialism on a pedestal. This is why our term for wealth is the principle of giving, ogaranya, and our term for poor is the principle of helping others, obunya. Because being rich and being poor are not eternal. Thus, an enlightened soul cannot put things that are not of the E on a pedestal. A truly enlightened being is Ahobunaga, Obinofia, Obineba, Igbo, a forest dweller. The most intelligent people that I know live closer to nature in America. The most intelligent people always live closer to a natural environment. They always buy homes closer to places with a lot of trees. A lot of the Igbo people of today are not truly Igbo due to materialism. You make a little money, then you go down to your village, cut down all the trees and build a house. Building houses everywhere and unconsciously destroying all the ecosystems. It is because you are Igbo through DNA, but your spirit isn't Igbo due to Nchezo memory loss. It's not too late for you to develop a relationship with nature again. A human being isn't unhappy because of lack of money, status, or love. A human being is unhappy because he or she attached to greed and vain. And these were all caused by materialism, which is the root of all suffering. When we turn away from these things and embrace nature, we will then be able to turn ignorance into wisdom and greed into generosity, making OYZU to become a reality. Wisdom is a habit. It is not an intellectual realization. We must master how to focus right. It is not a one-time thing. As I say, practice is the root of all perfection.